everybody, this is Stephen Howson, this is MMA Latest, this is the weigh-ins. UFC 201 is about to kick off tonight, and it's not been getting a lot of love from the MMA community. It's sandwiched in between the monumental 200 and the very exciting 202. It's not really been getting all the love and attention that it probably deserves. Demetrius Johnson dropping out hasn't really left it in the best of conditions, but Lawler versus Woodley is going to be an absolute war. There's no mistake about it. Robbie Lawler doesn't come to do anything else. All he comes to do is absolutely bang. So you've got to tune in for that alone. Now, if you want to know what our picks was, then get in the description below or check here. Click that if you're on desktop. If you're on mobile, you're going, what are you talking about? Nothing was there. If you're on desktop, that would have popped up there. It might even still be there now. Click that link and check out our preview that we did earlier on in the week. But what's going on this week then? So, not a lot really. There's not a great deal of MMA news to talk about, but there is this absolute gold from Chael Sonnen. Check this one out.
Next up, Fact or Fiction. Travis Brown will fight for the title in 2012.
Could you imagine? Are we live?
We are live.
No, what title? UFC title?
Yes.
No, sell.
That's just surfaced on Reddit this week, and I absolutely love that. That's fantastic. Now, check this out. This, also on Reddit, might be the worst shirt you've ever seen. And another little bit of gold from Felice Herrig. She's a different breed, isn't she? Check this out.
Quick, we'll do it quick. Come on. Here, put all my weight on you first. Come on, Brian, help.
I think, what do you want to do?
I think I can do it.
How do you want me to do it?
Pick her up, put her on my shoulder.
Oh my God.
Oh, shit. And then,
Got her? Yes, hold on. Wait, hold on.
no, hurry.
Quick.
Now, before we get into the meat of what we're going to do today, which is speak to Bellator fighter Pietro Menga, I just want to have a little bit of a public service announcement. At the same time as the main card is going to be on tonight, if you come back to MMA Latest, we're going to do a live companion live MMA show, basically, throughout the whole duration of the card. And we're planning to do these for the whole of the UFC pay-per-view calendar. Not every single fight night at the moment, but anything that involves a title fight. Probably every pay-per-view numbered card, so 202, 203, 204, etc. Probably every decently sized UFC on Fox card. And anything that involves a title, we will be here, we will be covering it, we'll be doing a live show where you can phone up and Skype and talk to us and get involved. So if you're watching the fights and you're looking for something else on the side as well to keep you entertained, come and join us, hit that subscribe button. When we go live, you'll get the notification and you guys can join in. It's all about you guys. So if you want to join in and get involved, add MMA Latest on Skype and you can join in with the fun later on tonight. Now, that's enough of that. Here is Pietro Menga. 2 weeks ago, shook the place. One of the best fights on the prelims, one of the most shocking knockouts of the prelims. Pretty much the first clean punch, I think, that you landed of the night. Puts the guy to sleep. Walk away KO. Mark Hunt, who did you say?
Yeah, exactly, mate. You know what? It feels like a lifetime ago now. It feels like an absolute lifetime ago. But yeah, I enjoyed every minute of it. Literally the first punch of the fight, we had a couple of little exchanges, hit him with a body kick, seeing him start to wince, and I thought, right, it's on. He's getting put away, and he got put away.
As I said to you the day before the fight, the one fight I am definitely looking forward to is going to be Pietro Menga's. The fight starts as I walk into the arena, and it's over before I've even sat down in my seat. So, cheers for that, mate.
You don't get paid for overtime in this game, do you, bro? You don't get paid for overtime.
So, you threw a tweet out yesterday, which I'm going to bring up and I'll put on the screen for everyone to check out. 90% finish rate, 70% in the first round, 13-0, never lost a round. Show me somebody in the division with those stats.
Listen, bro, if there was more characters, I could have gone on. But I was limited to 140, so that was where we was at. I just thought I'd throw the best ones out there, and no one's come back yet with anybody. So, they speak for themselves. I've fought good opposition. I put them away. Speaks for itself, and it's out there for everyone to see.
It does, and we spoke a little bit earlier that you're not actually tied into a contract currently with Bellator. Have there been offers from any other organisations? Are you looking to go to any other organisations, or are you happy with what's going on with Bellator?
There's been several offers from several organisations in the past week, and even before the fight. The door's open with Bellator. The door's open to fight over in Europe next year on Bellator. These big UK promotions that have thrown some offers out, and I'm kind of just sitting tight at the minute talking to my management. Obviously, there's a UFC Manchester card. I'll sell a fucking block. I'll sell 500 tickets for that. Do you know what I mean? It's Arthur Salford will be sat there. So do you know what? It has kicked off big time, and so it should as well. You know, with a win like that, there's no reason why anybody will want to sit tight, because I'll go out there and I'm not the next guy out as well.
Well, let's talk about the UFC then, because as much as we've got respect for Bellator and what they're doing, on one hand, Bellator's an excellent breeding ground for young up-and-coming fighters. On the other hand, there's the circus element that's going on with Bellator, which we can't deny, and we're not going to deny. But the UFC is ultimately the place where you want to be. The UFC champion is the champion of the world in everybody's eyes. And at the top of your tree is Demetrius Johnson, a guy that I put very highly up on the pound-for-pound list. Are you scared of DJ? Would you want to fight DJ?
Listen,
would you be ready to fight DJ?
Every dog has his day. Every dog has his day, and I would love the opportunity to twist his head off. I would absolutely love it. Stranger things have happened. Bigger underdogs have gone in and won world titles than me. You know, yes, it's a big step up. Yes, blah blah blah. But what is it? He's just a guy. You know, a 5'0" guy at that. So there's no reason why he hits one of these beautiful level changes that he hits, and I hit one of these beautiful southpaw knees that I hit, and he's going to be like running into a steam train. So, you know, that's obviously the goal, to get a shot at him. But it doesn't faze me. You know, he's got nice footwork. He bounces around well. He plays well. But I don't think I fight with a flyweight style. That's why I've got a lot of finishes. There isn't many finishes in the flyweight division, but I've got 90% finish rate. So, you know, 2 and 2 doesn't make 5. I'm the guy that'll go in there and clash with all these flicky styles that have made the flyweight division a bit dry. You know, and I think that's just the way it is, being lighter and faster mover, and they don't really feel like they want to stand and trade and pack punches. But I tend to put a lot into every shot that I throw. When I watch my fights back, I think, oh, I loaded up a bit there. I loaded up a bit there. I loaded up a bit there as well. And that's just how it is. That's what I like to do. And it paid off last weekend.
When you load up and you connect and it's clean, we see a 41-second knockout like we saw a couple of weeks ago in London, which, you know, I had to make sure I saw the replay because I actually couldn't really see it. You was behind the pillar of the cage when it actually connected for me, so I had to watch it on the TV. Waste of time. Nice one. But we're looking ahead now, and UK MMA is on an absolute resurgence. In it, for the first time in history, we've got a current UK UFC champion, and I think the scene in the UK at the moment has never been brighter. We've seen Mark Diakese just get signed, who you mentioned that you train with. There's a whole host of events. We're seeing ACB coming, Bellator hosting large events. UK UFC are coming to Manchester for a massive event, possibly a title fight with Michael Bisping. Cage Warriors are back on the scene. What an awesome MMA scene we've got in the UK at the moment.
It's blowing up, absolutely blowing up. And there's no time like the present to get on these big cards. Great to have. I mean, for Bellator to come over here for the first time, I think that'll just the ratings and the TV ratings they had were brilliant. Do you know what I mean? The audience they hit, so there's no reason why they're not going to come back. And obviously, Cage Warriors, Bama have blew up this year. I mean, the show that he's on about ABC, they've got some good fights on, so it's all good. It's all good in the hood over here in the UK, and it's absolutely going off. And the talent pool as well. 5 to 10 years ago, the UK fighters weren't really competing. Other than guys like Paul Daly, we didn't have legitimate world-class fighters. And I think times have changed massively. I can speak for myself because I've trained with world-class American fighters and I've sparred toe-to-toe with them, and I know I'm world-class level. So when someone says to me, do you want to fight Demetrius Johnson, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to try and pull his head off, because I genuinely think I can, because I've not done I wasn't far behind doing that with other world-class fighters, so there's no reason why it wouldn't happen with him. But
now, you mentioned before we came on camera a little bit about those world-class fighters that you've been over and trained with, which was news to me. I've got to show hold my hands up there with that one. Edson and Frankie over there with Mark Henry. Mark Henry's considered a bit of a technical genius. How did it go down out there?
Absolute genius. Do you know what? We go for a training session and we go down, me, Marlon Moraes or Edson, and we'd be like, you know, they kind of give me the heads up, like, you know, sit tight because this is going to be a long one. And I'm thinking, long session, yeah. So we'll train. After the session, it literally spends an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours studying footage, dissecting things in the gym, and it's like a 2-hour theory session after we've finished with the practical 101s. He's an absolute genius. He really is. He's unbelievable.
Supposedly he's got a notebook, hasn't he? With everyone.
He's got a filing cabinet up there. He's got a drawer for everybody. He's probably still got a drawer for me, and he's got code words for combos, and then he changes it for different opponents, because obviously there's microphones all over the when the fights are filmed, and he is yeah, he's like an NFL coach or something with a playbook. He's absolutely phenomenal, and it speaks for itself because he can call out a code to Frankie, bang, he does it. He is world class, and I can't wait to go back and train there. My fight was the first fight since I'd been over there and since my knee up and stuff. So I took a lot out of that, and he helped me change my style, and it was just making me work a little bit more and push and not fight so relaxed, and it's definitely changed my style. As you can see last week, I've become a lot more of a forward, aggressive guy as well as trying to fight technical. So I can't thank him enough. As well as Edson Barboza booting everybody's legs to pieces, he's unbelievable. Really.
Did you take any leg kicks off him in sparring?
Yeah. Thankfully, they're a very professional team, and it's categorised in weights and similar weights, similar weights. So I didn't get too much sparring in with him, which I thank Mark Henry for a lot, because I didn't wish to do too many rounds with him, to be honest. But I sparred Marlon Moraes, one of the best 135 pounders in the world. Frankie as well, and a few other hidden gems that they've got there, and the level is up there. Let me tell you,
that's the level that we need to attain to in UK MMA, isn't it? I think that's the one thing that we're lacking at the moment. We've got we've got the desire, we've got the raw materials in the fighters, I think, but we lack a Mark Henry, we lack a Faraz Zahabi, we lack a Greg Jackson, we lack a real top level MMA coach. There's plenty of really technical striking coaches, there's plenty of amazing ground fighting coaches, but there's not really that master that can put it all together in this country, is there?
No.
I think until we've got that, we're going to be behind.
And everybody says their coach is the best coach. I say everybody says it, but yeah, you're right. And a lot of it is the experience. These guys have been in the circles of all these brilliant coaches in other areas, and then picks up all these skills, and they've put the time. Like Mark Henry's put the time in. Do you know what I mean? He's put the shifts in, working with all these specialists, and now he's the guy that's the specialist. Not being a specialist, if you get me. He's the guy. He's the MMA specialist. So he takes a little bit off everybody, builds on it, trial and error, and now you get guys like him that are world class at pure MMA, and he is. I was reading an article the other day on what he said. He said he felt like he failed on Frankie Edgar fight, and he should have switched it up halfway through. He should have changed things, because he was talking about a spy in the camp and all this bullshit. But and he was apologising and this and that. That just shows you, like, he just wants perfection. He's going to strive to get the best out of all of his guys. And
Mark Henry is the striking coach, isn't he? There's a couple of names of coaches that you can mention in MMA circles, and everyone goes, I tell you what. And Mark Henry is definitely one of those elite. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Mark Henry. We're here to talk about you. So where is next for you? Where are we going to be watching you punch people's faces next?
Do you know what? As of this moment, I've absolutely no idea. I'd love to fight on that UFC Manchester card. I'm hearing there isn't any flyweight matches on it at the minute, but they're also still building the card. I'd love to fight in Milan in April on Bellator. Big Italian card. I'd love to. The dream of mine to fight in Italy. But then also Bama and Cage Warriors are doing massive things. That Vencedor you was talking about before, I spoke to them earlier in the year, and they was like, we'll get you over here and we'll get you on the show in November. So there's some big opportunities for me. I'm just going to sit tight this week, let my management do what they do. I'm back in training, I'm fit, I'm light, I'm working hard. I didn't call him out. I seen that there was an opening to fight. That a guy had got injured or he didn't pass his medicals. So a guy I trained with in New Jersey a little bit, actually, Sean Santelia, something. He didn't pass his medicals to fight Wilson Reyes. So 24 hours later, I'd just seen the tweet and I was like, right, I'll just throw it out there. I'm fit. I fought a couple of days ago. I just said, listen, I'll fight him. So I'm sure that word got back to the UFC, and whether they thought I was bluffing or not, I don't know. But I didn't hear anything back. But I would have gone in there and punched his face in as well.
Well, that's what you're here to do, and you do it expertly. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, give the guy a follow, Pitbull Menga on Twitter. Make sure you check out his fights. He definitely brings it. Entertainment in bucket loads. 41-second KO in his last victory. Screams Salford as soon as he does it. I got a lot of time for that. Thank you, Petro. Nice to speak to you. I'll see you soon.
See you soon, mate.
As I said, make sure you're checking out Pietro Menga. That was a phenomenal knockout that we saw a couple of weeks ago on Bellator. This kid is destined for the top. He wants to fight Demetrius Johnson. He wants to twist his head off. Now, I've told him, I can't back you up on that, mate. I think Demetrius Johnson represents a nightmare for anybody in that division. but he's got to go out there and prove him. And as he said, there has been bigger upsets in the sport than this. He is undefeated. He is beating people at ease in Bellator. Let's get the kid on UFC 204 in Manchester and let's see what he can do. Now that's it for this week's weigh-ins. Make sure you join us tonight for the 201 live companion watch-along, MMA Latest Live. We're not even sure what we're going to call it just yet, but make sure you come and join us as the main card starts. That's going to be 3 a.m. in the UK, around about 10 p.m. on the East Coast, and around about 8 p.m. on the West Coast. So wherever you are in the world, come and join us. Come and get in the mix on Skype. Get involved in the comments and tweet us at MMA Latest News to get involved. Thank you for watching once again. Make sure you subscribe. Get anything you like in the comments. Who you're looking forward to watching the most this week. Go and check out the preview if you want as well. And we'll see you soon. Laters.